Like, yeah.
It's likable.
But is it, I'm gonna leave you alone. We're gonna move on. Um,
Woo! So many products. So,
so, so many SKUs.
so many SKUs. Look at all these SKUs. Oh, so many products.
So much merchandising, so
Oh, I
many
love this.
barcodes.
I love this mall.
But yeah, we're here to
Okay.
talk about the much anticipated release of Iceman that Drake has dropped, Mr. Aubrey Graham. He's had a rough couple of years, since the battle with Kendrick Lamar, and this was supposed to be his magnum opus, and put a lot of hard work into it. And it was honestly I don't want to just let's just talk about it. He put out two surprise albums along with Iceman. We can talk about that too. Maid of Honor and Habibti, which I thought was smart. It was a smart tactic because we all know Drake, so many SKUs. Look at all the products. So many SKUs. Yes, he has everything. So I believe that it's smart to, package your products so people can find what they want, and people can then go to where they want. If I want to hear your R&B shit, I'm gonna go to Habibti. If I want to hear your, EDM slash fusion slash reggae or dancehall records, whatever you want to talk about, those experimental records, I'm gonna go to Maid of Honor. And your sexy red tracks, are gonna be involved in there. I'm gonna go there and check it out. Now, if I want just bars, which a lot of niggas just want bars, you're gonna go to Iceman. And that's what I was here for because I was here to hear the bars. Yeah, although I love Jake with the melodies, I really do. But I'm going to be honest. This is not a review. This is just our first reaction. Let's preface
Absolutely.
that. Preface that.
Just like everybody else. Everybody else
Yeah,
got it. Yep.
exactly. This is our first
Yep.
reaction. I think that people are being more responsible with their takes now because we've had fucking 10 years of people calling albums trash in the first 2 minutes. That people are like, all right, let's just chill out. Let's relax. Like everything can't be trash, just because But then you come back 3 months later and you're like, yeah, I really fuck with that actually, better than what, because you're comparing it to something else that came up new, and you're like, no, that was actually better. So from my perspective, I do want to go back and listen to Habibti again because I know that there was some good shit on there, but I was busy going through a day doing my thing, so I didn't really get to focus on it. But I did focus on
Iceman.
Iceman. I focused on
Yep.
that. I listened to it. I took notes. Maid of Honor. I listened to it, and there were. I don't think a lot of this for me. I'll be honest with you. Popcorn track was cool. There's some, you know, pop, upbeat things that I like on there. But for the most
UK
part,
stuff, UK rap. Worldly Drake is not my favorite Drake, but I really do understand. It's not just the Turks and Caicos and shit like that. His homies Oliver North and 40, like they have expansive. They're expansive,
yeah,
right?
Toronto's
You
a
know what I'm saying?
very like New York is very
Toronto,
cultural.
London, exactly.
Yeah,
Super
So
cultural.
I'm not
Caribbean,
surprised
yeah,
that he has these
yeah,
influences. Plus, we know he's traveled to all these different places and got influence and worked with people across the globe. So I love that he packaged it in his own place. So you're like, hey, if you're not with it, go over here and go to watch out, go listen to Iceman. If you're not
yeah.
with that, okay, you want the R&B stuff, go to Habibti. I think it's genius. I really do. And in the process of that, was able to um, he was able to get out of his UMG deal, So for his own sake, he was able to get out of his UMG deal, and that's good for him. So
And
he can pass
that's the
some.
report. That's the
Okay, all
report.
right, that's the
That's
report. We don't know for
that's
sure,
the,
but
right.
that's the report. So we
The
hope
report.
that he has some
The
freedom.
report.
If
Yeah.
not, we'll see.
Or
Because
he's closer. He's closer to it.
after that, shit got thrown out the cage. They're like, nigga, get back to work. But let me tell you about how I started the day. I started the day, I'm like, all right, we're gonna be talking about it tonight. I gotta know what happened last night before we went to bed. Chris told me this nigga dropped 40 songs. I'm like, God damn, 40 songs on one album. I'm like, I do not want to hear that shit. Like, bro, this is not gonna be a good listen. Like, I do think back to back 40 tracks of just a bunch of jambalaya, just whatever you throw in the pot. I don't want to hear that altogether.
Yes,
Now, there's some
yes.
people who said they wanted one project different and mixed in because some people like all types of Drake and they want it mixed in and organized into a sequence where you get a little, you get your little pop song, then you get your R&B, then you get your bars. That's what he's been doing. But we've all been killing that because everybody wants something different from Drake. I think he was in a very a tough position to please everybody, and I think this is how you do it. I do want to give him props for that. But he told me it was 40 tracks. So before I went to bed, what I did is I typed in Iceman because I know at 12 o'clock it was gonna go live onto my phone. And I looked it up. I'm like, I saw I saw some artwork and it's like a frozen owl. And I'm like, all right, I'll get to this in the morning. So what I did was first thing in the morning, of course, likely I checked it out, right? And I found this, and I'm over here playing this version of Iceman, which I thought was Iceman, and I was like, "Yo!" It's the first song is A Drake, then it's Milan, Frostbite, Penthouse, Monaco. These are titles that I'm thinking, oh, these are all like Drake type of titles. The first song is A Drake. Like I'm thinking that, okay, this is him. I play it, and I kid you not, bro. I thought this was Iceman, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was like, wow, Drake did it. Drake figured out a way to change his style, change his tune, and give a really good, from his point of view, like a vulnerable, vibey EP. And then I thought was going to lead into the other, whatever, 36 songs in another album or something. That's what I'm thinking in my head. I listened to all these tracks thinking this was Iceman. And then I found the Habibti, and then I found Made in Honor. I played those, and I listened to the whole thing. And I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I got the full picture. Then I see this other thing, and I see the Michael Jackson glove, and I'm like, okay, what the? Yeah, I didn't get any of the disses. I didn't get none of that. So then I'm looking at them like, okay, I definitely missed something here. So I'm thinking maybe this was something he released previously to the battle, but no, this is some random dude who tricked me with some probably AI or something music, but this AI shit is fire. And it's exactly what I would have wanted from Drake. I was I was bumping this shit, bro. Go listen to it, guys. I'm not trying to I'm got there's no ad, nothing like I just telling you all about my day. This shit was fire. And Chris, I know you heard a couple of the tracks. You can co-sign that it was heat.
The first track I see the first. So yours is different. The
Okay.
first track on my joint is not a Drake. The first track I think is Milan,
Hmm.
and that's the first joint I saw, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it if the project was all of this, I would have still been missing something. But to
Oh
your
yeah, it
point,
shouldn't have been the
it,
entire way, but I thought it was gonna be like an EP leading into
it
the
was yeah, yeah,
raps.
yeah.
That's what I was
But it
thinking.
but to your point, that conceptually, you know what I'm saying? The way that it was performed and the way that it was produced and then put out, a little thought went in. You know what I mean? A little thought went into
Yo,
there.
they're
You know what I'm
talking. They're
saying?
saying they're saying OVO, talking about the six. They're talking from Drake's perspective, and how he, and it seemed very very fucking like R&B, like modern R&B be vibes, and I was like, oh, this is fire, but I can't explain it. You gotta listen to it, guys. So after I realized I got duped, I'm like, oh man, now I'm gonna have to go into Iceman, and I don't want to harshly critique it after I've heard such good music from that, false Iceman. So I'm like, all right, let me cleanse my palate, do some work, and then I'll, play it. So I played it a little bit later on in the day, and I just went track by track, and I just like, I'm gonna give it a honest listen, like, and I'm not trying to compare it to anything other than Drake himself. I'm not trying to compare it to anything other than, you know, what I expect from Drake and where he's at right now, what I think will be best. Um, and I got a little note here. So, and I got the track list here. It starts off with "Make Them
Cry.
Cry." I don't know
Yeah,
why I wrote this.
make them
"Make
cry
Them
is the
Cry."
first jump.
So, "Make Them Cry." I immediately was like, "All right, we're off to a good start." We're talking about vulnerability. We're talking about giving people your perspective of where you're at right now. And as in an intro, I love when somebody does that. In an intro to an album, it's vital that you set the tone for the whole track, for the whole piece of body of work. And I think he did that here. However, it uh, I think if it kept this vibe throughout, and then you had some joints in there, some upbeat shit,
Yeah,
I would have felt more satisfied with the full body of work because this is one of my favorite tracks on the album, for real. This is one
yes.
of "Make Them Cry" is one of my favorite tracks on the album. But the peak of this is my second favorite track, and my other favorite track. After that, there's a big steep drop off in quality for me, and tonality, and what I would like in this album. What do you think about "Make Them Cry"?
I think realistically, you're 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 absolutely right, and I said today was going to be the day that I probably said that today was going to be the day that I waved the white flag. You know what I'm saying, and we laugh about that, but the there's a realness to, has he lost the step? Is he still capable? Like those are real questions. You know what I'm saying? And not from legit critics, it's from fans. Fans, you know what I mean? Like, can he produce what it is that we would like to see from him? And the first track was everything his intros have been. Tuscan leather, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't necessarily that type of vibe, but the open micness of like, hey, this is poetry right here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
I that is really kind of top notch best Drake in his pocket. And first track we see, he got Noah. He got 40. He got 40 next to him, and the stories that he's telling. 40's asking him,
Go
and
deeper.
and you dig deeper. As Drake is doing the same thing that we've been talking about. He's admitting it, right? He
Yeah,
sees it, he hears it.
he can't avoid it at this point. Like I think that we want some more. Less we he's heard that we think he's shallow. He's heard that
But
we
he
want to hear more.
knows he's shallow in this
Now
song.
that's the thing that I thought was so good about this song is that he was able to admit that he's afraid to go there.
And that's all we needed though.
That's what I needed. You know, he's afraid to go to where he need that he that where he needs to go. And that puts things in perspective for me. And I literally criticize him a little bit less because I'm like, all right, go through your process, brother. Like, figure it out.
To your point though, with the rest of the album, in hindsight now, the grace given as to what I just heard lets me know that it's a conscious decision.
Yeah,
That's why
I,
the
I
white
think
flag
s-
can
I
be
think
waved
so.
now as
Yeah,
a
I
fan.
think so. And however, it's still a detriment. Like, like it's a conscious decision,
It
but
is. It
I still
is.
gotta
It is.
grade you off
It
the
is.
product you give me.
It
And,
is.
and with that being said, I understand it. I'm not gonna kill you because I'm like, it's not like, you're going through your whole life, you're going through your process, you're dealing with a lot. You know, I'm not here to judge a man. I'm not here to judge the man, but he even said at one point, I forget what song it was, but he's like, eventually he'll be the man, you know, like he'll retire the boy and be the man. But that's did wait did what song was it? Did you hear that too?
Yes, I think that was at the. I think that's
Towards
towards
the
the
end,
end.
yeah,
I
but
think
I
it's
because I don't
making. I think
I
it's
didn't take the
making
notes
no.
where I know every single line,
I think it's make. I think it's make
but
them know.
I'm just
I
gonna
think
tell
it's
you
make them know.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you what I liked and what I didn't like. That's all I have listed on my notes. Um,
Before we leave, make them cry real quick. I'm about to show the sentiments that we share is the sentiments that we share is also shared with Rob Markman. You know
okay,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
And so shout out to Rob Markman.
Shout out, man. He's a real one.
My introduction to Rob Markman was Taylor Alderdice. That was my and I've been on Twitter. I've been on Twitter since '09 and everything like that. But I wasn't in the zeitgeist of hip hop journalism, everything like that. Elliot Wilson, like I just wasn't. I just heard my rap. Like my homeboys from Buffalo put me on Currency, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even know how that shit even happened. You know what I mean? So my point is this: Rob Markman on Twitter. I say that because that's the standing sticking point from Taylor Alderdice. He's interviewing Wiz. Wiz is dropping his project, and in between the project, Rob is having a conversation with Wiz. So from there, Rob has been a dope dude from me as a
Hmm.
consumer. Genius is something that he's a part of. So when we're
Hmm.
looking up our lyrics and everything like that,
I
he's
mean,
that guy.
and think about this. He's a guy who has dealt with criticism on both
Yes.
sides, from fans and criticism from Drake himself.
Yes, he has.
Um,
And addressed it.
and
Absolutely.
yeah, and he's honorable. Like he's a real solid dude. And how he handles things as a journalist, he takes it seriously. He does his research. He comes to you and tries his best to give an unbiased, unfiltered response to what he's seeing and hearing. And that I really do have hold him in high regard because there's not a lot of that. There's a lot of opinions out there, including me, including you. We come out here, we give our opinion, and we ain't. This is what I feel. But this guy tries to weed through all that, so I gotta respect that.
And so I'm just gonna play this little snippet from he had a same type of thing that we're doing right now. It's not a review. This is just my first thought. So he only did make him cry. So before we move from make him cry,
Okay,
I just wanted to
introduce
tie a
that.
bow
Yeah.
on that. Yep. So I'm playing a little bit. So in his description, he goes through the whole song, and it's 37 minutes. But when we're talking about everything that we're going to talk about through the song and the maturation of Drake, right? We talked about the misogyny in his music. We talked about the battle. Like me and you literally have talked about what we wanted to hear
Yeah.
from Drake. And so Rob breaks it down back to like you said, it's a conscious and conscious. When we say it's a conscious decision, he talks about that when he's breaking down the bar of him being a manipulator and a manifestator, and talking to manifestation. Let me see if I can get this.
That's what it did to me. So, and those are some of the questions. I don't know who the y'all he's referring to. It might be the public. It might be people in his circle. Um, I know I definitely made the statement before. Hey, what I want to hear from
Mhm.
Iceman, what I want to hear from this era and this iteration of Drake is
Yeah.
the perspective. And you just went through some shit. Like, what did it really do to you? We hear the bravado. We hear a lot of bravado. Like, it's hip hop, so like you can't totally
Hello.
strip that away, and no rapper does. But we hear the bravado. But yeah, what it, so I kind of take that like he's talking to us for the people who also he's talking to 40 saying dig deep, but also a lot of fans have been saying that too. Y'all keep on asking me what it did to me. That's what it did to me. This shit is me, but it isn't me. Like, yo, we get into some truth here. Like, I fuck with this. When I
Yeah.
dig deep, they say dig deeper. So now he's being challenged. Like, yo, I've given you my life, right? Like, I'm telling you about these things, like my whole career. But when I dig deep, they say dig deeper. Tell us how it feet. Tell us how it felt to meet the Grim Reaper. It's the battle, and they left him for dead, right?
Uh-huh.
Again, he took an L in the battle. He did, right? And he doesn't quite say it here, but this is admitting, oh, how does it feel to be at the bottom? How does it feel to be obviously metaphorically, right? Almost at death, almost.
and that takes me into what I think me and you and the rest of our group chat had a real complaint about for the duration of the rest of the
Yeah.
album. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I did try to shoot some bail in the chat, and I was like, this is kind of really everybody said victim mentality. Why are you giving the rebuttals? Yada yada yada. And I'm like, well, this is kind of really his first time replying to it all, right? The aftermath, what I've been dealing with, how I view it, how I see it from my POV, and his perspective. So Rob is offering that, and I think right here, I think this is our chance to kind of really, like you say, this intro allows us to see he has some introspectiveness, right? He's processing it
He's
the way
processing
that
it
we're
real time.
asking him
It may
to.
take him forever, but he's aware at least that
Bro,
people
they
are seeing
stripping off
something.
that layer of that ego, that's gonna
It's
take a whole bunch of
yo,
time.
yo. That's why he said, "Yo, take some ayahuasca, rip that shit from the bottom," because like certain people, shoot, I got people in my life that I know that yo, they can't even lose a Madden game without flipping the fuck out. So like and it's like, bro, chill out. Like so losing is like some people when they lose, it just does something to their psyche. Oh, it's impossible. I can't lose. Like and it's like that's
Yo,
their identity. That's
and
so
I
so
know
much
you,
that yeah.
and I know possibly who you might be talking about, but I'm gonna take the accountability here, and we ain't gonna throw nobody under the bus. I'll throw myself under the bus. I'll text you. I know who we talking about. But
But
what I would say is,
you got
but
people that you talk to, and
but
it's like yeah,
but but
they can't take
legitimately,
an L.
to your point, I would text you days later after a game of Madden. I'm like, I'm still thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No,
so
here's the
I
thing.
know,
No,
I
as
feel it.
men, trust me, if we're competitive, you want to win. Me too, bro. I want to win too, but you're not gonna win it all the time. It's just that's life. And the what happens is certain people who I think have narcissistic tendencies tend
Yes,
to
he's narcissistic. You can't do,
reconceptualize things and
yeah,
act like they didn't lose because it's better
yeah.
for their because they can't take the reality of
They can't do it.
because
They
it
can't
hurts
do it.
them too much to actually
Yep,
say somebody beat me, somebody's
yep,
better than me.
yep,
That kills them inside. That
yeah,
it just does it's a deeper wound than acting like it didn't happen. And I
yes.
still think that that's how he's acting. It's like a lot of victim stuff. And oh, I didn't lose. Y'all tried to make me lose. Y'all, and you get fake friends and all this stuff, and the people want to see me lose and all this stuff like
Can I comment on that though?
yeah,
Can I?
yeah, go
And I
ahead.
know I don't want to really rehash everything too much. I know what Rick Ross said because we played it. Me and you played it, and I know what we talked about. But in the hood, though, it is still pussy. If K Dot comes outside and say, "I want to fight you," and they scrapping, and while Drake's on the ground, other niggas come in and get their little kicks in. And I'm that's no cake. In the hood, bro, you should, and if you in the crowd, you pull them niggas back. Like, no, nigga, this one v
But
one. Like, this is one
you're
v
right,
one,
and
bro.
in a physical confrontation, you're right, in a real physical confrontation. But if K Dot and him are actually scrapping, which the battle was them actually scrapping, and niggas are
Yeah,
on the sideline saying beat his ass, this BBL nigga, that's different to me.
that ain't no. So we view that differently. So I'll call respect and peace on that. The Rick from the outside jumped in. He made a song. He made a song. He made a song. Rick came in. Abel's on the album.
But
I-
he didn't really. He's on the album. He made songs too, but he didn't make a diss track.
We
He just
get we get on the
Weekend did not make a whole diss track for this nigga.
I feel you. Okay, respect. Okay, peace
Like
that to you.
he
Peace that to you. Peace that
collaborated
to you. Peace that
on
to
a
you. Peace that to you.
on a track
Okay.
that was yeah. There were
Peace
a
that
lot of
to you. Peace that to
songs
you.
that we could
Peace.
subliminally could be talking about you.
The album is "We Don't
Trust
Trust You," and I will never give my life away. He's singing his ass off on that album,
but he
man.
ain't saying nothing like to Drake. You know,
That's true. That's
you
true.
can take
So
it. It's the same thing Kendrick and him did for years. Subs. You
you're
know,
right.
you know.
You're right. You're right. You're
So
right. So to the victim
the
point,
only
like it
direct
wasn't.
shot was Rick Ross. I'll give you that. Fuck Kanye. Forget about Kanye. Um, Andrew and Kendrick. Those are only like direct shots.
Rocky don't matter. Rocky don't
Rocky
matter.
did he do it? Did he? I think that was a sub too, right?
Rocky had a few joints on this new album that was the low,
No, I'm
little
talking about
body.
before like the album. Yeah, he did have some shots
Okay,
on
yeah, yeah.
Drake, but during that whole beef time in
But so,
2024.
no, but I think so. Right now, that's where my point is. Right. So since the battle and the loss, right? He has sat back. He's taken he's taking he waved the white flag. Hard Part 6, GNX drops, Super Bowl drops.
But
Rocky.
before that
I'm
though,
I
because
yeah.
I want to clarify the Rick Ross thing. That's really why I'm trying to ask because Rick
Okay.
Ross he did a reply to Drake, right? He wasn't like he just
Yes.
jumped in.
No,
I think
no,
he
no, 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 Ross, no, because the reason why Ross is in push-ups is because
I thought that he replied to push-ups.
the Officer Ricky shit was only because Ricky, like the only because Ricky. Damn, now we rehashing it.
Yeah, I
I
don't
thought,
know. I don't know. Like I'm getting it mixed up. But you're right. If the people are just jumping and kicking the nigga while he's down, or use. But here's the thing: if there's like Rick Ross said, if there's a guy in the hood who's just been fucking around doing some snake shit and bullying niggas, whatever it may be, who's just been a bad dude, but people just didn't want to take the shot. Once the dude gets confronted, they're gonna talk.
no, but y'all
Now,
pussy though. But y'all pussy, and I gotta address that. I
yeah.
gotta, and especially since Ross, you was on Certified Lover Boy, cuz relax. You was on you like the last 3 albums you've been around. Metro. I know we had our issue, her loss, but if I got Pluto and 21 Savage, like we'll stitch that up. I get you. I fucked your bitch. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. What I'm saying is to this point is yes, that is true. Two things can be true. If you sit there and take the mistreatment, right? When Kendrick calls him a mass manipulator, how the fuck y'all grown ass bitch ass hood niggas get fucking manipulated by the white Jewish boy then? If y'all want to call him that. You want to call him fake BBL, you want to talk about him going to get his body done and shit like you want to make all these jokes. If we brothers, I should be able to make those jokes to your face. I don't have to do it on the slight of nigga, if I found out you was taking Ozempic, my nigga, best believe I'm not digging at you as a diss that you taking Ozempic. I'm gonna shoot you in a group chat like, nigga, go take your fat ass to the gym, nigga. Like it's that. If I was getting leg extension surgery to be taller, y'all would joke the fucking shit out of me, and it
No,
won't be
no,
in the
but
sense of
I think
maliciousness.
that it got to a point where it was personal.
Okay,
From the rumors is that Metro's like, yo, his mom's in sick, and
you're right.
she
You're right.
passed away, and Drake is like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, give me a beat, bro. And then on top of that, you messing with a girl that I was messing with. You're trying to get at my girl, or you fuck my girl, or something like that. Yeah, there's gonna be some feelings that this person is not worth trustworthy. Even if we weren't brothers and like that,
Yeah,
those two things are not even manipulation to me. It's just snake pussy
yeah,
ass
yeah,
bitch shit.
yeah,
So you want me to
yeah,
work with you and give you beats
yeah,
while you try to fuck my girl? That's
yeah.
insane to me. So or you did fuck my girl, whatever it may be. Like it's that's so yeah. So when I get on my next track and Kendrick sends me a verse and I'm blown away, like oh shit, and I already don't like you. Yeah, this is going on my album for 100%. You know, and then Future, I don't. This is the thing. I don't really fuck with Future either. Like I don't get what his whole motive in this whole thing. Like
I don't know,
I
man.
don't get it.
That's what makes this. That's what makes this bizarro to me as I'm watching it play out. For Pluto was a launching point. We talking about Jabs, Hillbilly. We talking about all that stuff, Baby Keem. We talk about honestly, never mind jabs. All those shirts was like nobody's paying attention. Like that really was a bomb. And
Yeah,
for Pluto to be involved with that,
just fire too.
it was so fire.
It's so good.
It
And I'm
makes
not a
this
future
ran
guy,
to
but that was
nah,
fire.
but it makes this ran to Atlanta track on the album very mind boggling
It
because
is. It puts into question the character of the man Future is to me. And don't get me wrong, I didn't have a great opinion of the nigga anyways. But nigga, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, why?
yeah.
Like, where do you lie in this? Is it just a business to you? And maybe that's what it is. All right, I'm cool with Metro. That's my actual bro. If he wants me on the track, I'm gonna be on the track. All right, it wasn't that big of a deal to me. Hey, Drake, you want
Because
me on track?
I
I,
fuck plenty niggas bitches, nigga.
yeah,
Clearly,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Put on
yeah,
the same
yeah. You
time,
know,
nigga.
but Drake want me on track. All right, fine. I'll go on the track too. You know, like I'll get my bread, and maybe that's all it is to him. You know, and if that's what he is, then hey, live your life, brother. That's probably
Well,
what.
I think that is who Future is because there is a story floating around, or not floating around. Megan Thee Stallion actually told it. I think she told her on Club Station. She was like she wanted a future. She wanted a feature from Future, and his ticket was 250 cash. She had to figure out, nigga, because if you
Yeah,
all know, you can't just go on the bank
get
and be like, let
cash,
me get
$250,000. Yeah, that's wild. Off the rip, just
off
stacks.
so you can pass it off to this nigga.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a
Yep,
feature from Future. You know Future. Pluto. You don't know Future? He's a rapper. He's a rapper.
bro.
How you playing
Not
that shit?
yo, no funny shit, nigga. I don't know what he about to do with this 250, nigga. This shit about to be tied to me. This nigga name is Freebands. Oh, what? No, I'm about to get hit with a money laundering shit because I didn't get this
You
nigga
gotta be involved
250.
in a RICO, some type shit crazy, yo, for real. For real. There's gonna be some money laundering for real, man. You go over here, cleaning his money, for real. uh, but
Oh
yeah,
man.
and like she said that out loud, so, out loud in public. We're like, hmm,
All
hmm,
right.
okay.
Okay. Noted.
Noted. Yeah. But so when I look at all that going on, like I get it. Like if I'm Drake and this is happening, I would feel pissed off too. But I'm looking for the accountability of somebody who can be honestly look
Honest.
at how did I end
Honest.
up here? How did I get to a point where
Yep. Yep.
I have so many people that are taking shots at me that I did not see coming, that I thought were close to me, and niggas taking the side of the guy who was my adversary in Kendrick
Yeah.
Lamar,
Yeah.
during this time. It would be a time to reflect 100%. It would be a time to um, take some ownership of hey, the decisions I made to get here, and maybe put that into music. And
And that's respect because real niggas supposed to be like, yo, nigga, go get that fade from him because you deserve that fade. And then he's expecting niggas to treat it like an analyst, like ESPN. Well, both parties are really good. We're gonna see who wins the fight tonight. Like, no, nigga, I think Andre Ward about to beat this boy ass tonight. I think Andre
it
Ward
could
about
go
to put
either way. No, nigga.
no, nigga, he going down. He's going down.
Yeah, I remember when Drake dropped Push Up, then he dropped Taylor Made, and there was like 2 weeks of like silence from Kendrick, and during those 2 weeks, I was waiting, and I'm like, because Push was good, and
Bishop was
and
cool.
I'm a Kendrick guy, so I'm like, damn, that was good. Okay, damn, all right, what's going on here? Is he gonna respond? I'm like, yeah, he's definitely gonna respond. This is Kendrick. I went back and listened to Good Kid, Mad City, The Pimp a Butterfly, and I was like, oh, he's gonna kill this guy. He's gonna, like when you look at the penmanship of the guy, like you can kind of tell like we're going into it. At least for me, like that this was gonna be not good for Drake. But with that being said, Drake held his own. And his own right. I will say that Drake has some hits, some really good tracks, some of the best rapping I've seen of him since like way 2019 type shit. So it seems like he has to be
It was
motivated.
inspired rap. It was inspired rap.
Yeah, he
Yes,
has to
it
be
was inspired rap.
inspired to
Yes,
get to that penmanship. And I see,
we use the word vapid though. We use the word vapid, and
yeah,
like this was an encapsulation of that word with this
yeah,
project.
exactly. And when I want that same level of inspiration, I can only look to like two songs on this album that I'm like that I feel that level of inspiration is involved in here.
Really?
However, there's six good songs that I like. There's six good
Okay.
songs that I like, but the level of like he's intentionally coming in here to create something that will be on a level of his previous work.
Hmm.
I don't think majority of this is that. I don't.
That's that,
So we
that's
move
very
on.
that's very
So
respectable.
yeah. So when moving on to Dust, track number two. Don't like it. Don't like it. I just the beat, the words, the raps. I personally, it's not for me. You know, it just didn't hit.
I agree. I agree.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
sorry.
man.
I'm
All
sorry.
right,
I'm
no,
sorry.
just yeah.
No, I was pulling up the track. I was pulling up the track list, and I was
No,
trying to see like I'm looking right now, and I'm pulling up the track list, and I'm like, Dust. It had potential.
I
After that,
tried. I
I
tried.
did.
Yeah,
It had potential. I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it.
I couldn't
He
get
didn't
into
have a
it.
good he didn't have a good succinct message with the
Mm,
song. Well, he
exactly.
did, but I didn't like it.
I didn't like it. Whisper my name. I
Like
gave it
it.
a. I gave it a even. An even like I don't like it. I don't hate it. Maybe if I listen to it more, who knows? You know, it was just like mid. Janice ran to ATL both. I don't like at all.
You don't like Janice?
No, don't like Janice.
Oh, it gotta. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Okay.
I'll listen to it again. All this
No,
stuff.
no, no.
This is
I'm not.
just first
I'm
listen,
not.
guys. Just
I'm not.
yeah.
I'm not pushing it on. It was something I ran. It was something I ran back to.
Okay.
It was fun. It was a fun listen.
Okay.
It's a fun listen. It's not as fun as other songs on here that we'll get to,
Now,
but it was a fun listen.
now the next song. Well, I put literally on the pen. Fun. I just wrote. I literally next to
Shebang.
shebang, shebang. I check mark that shit. Yes, I can go back to that. I wrote fun right next to that. You know.
I'm missing a Quavo verse though.
Okay.
And I think so. Since we talked about Future, and we're here with the Quavo, and then we're gonna probably talk about the 21 Savage that you probably don't like. Atlanta fucked him over on here. They
Yeah, yeah,
did.
yeah. I didn't mean to
They
run
did.
by
They
Ran to
did.
Atlanta. Ran to Atlanta. Let me go back to that because we talked about this off the air.
Hated it.
Listen, man, we
Two
both
snaps and a twist. Hated it.
hated
Hated it.
it. Yo, but when you saw that on the track list, though, I saw your reaction yesterday after the pod, and you're like, "Oh, Ran to Atlanta, Future." Ah, I was like, "Oh," I even laughed. I was like, "Oh, okay, that's clever." You know, yo, that shit is garbage, bro.
Garbage,
I did
cuz.
not expect that from that pairing, and that's also to say like when you're saying like, oh, if has he lost and stuff, has he lost it? You know, the magic that he and the future have. Hey, if you go through something like that where you guys don't have that trust, then you don't got that chemistry
You don't
either.
got that chemistry, yeah. Yeah.
Now I look at
But
it as
I think Future lost his superpowers too. He cut them
yeah,
dreads and started looking like goddamn Wanda Sykes.
they both did to some degree, and now you guys are linking up trying to rekindle it. This ain't Stephen A. and Steph and
That's it.
Skip. This ain't Stephen A. and Skip. They it felt completely off, and it's not a
It did.
good it's not a
Yeah,
good
it
track, you
did.
know.
It
And with
did.
the name Ran to Atlanta, I'm thinking that it would be such a good smash to like kind of like rebuttal the line from Not Like Us and say nigga I'm gonna run to Atlanta if I gotta make a hit. And if it was a
Yeah.
hit, if it was a smash, it would be kind of like an ultimate rebuttal to what he did. It's like all right, whatever.
But to your
But it
point, though, it looked like that he ran to Atlanta, and so the to counter that, you got to run to Atlanta to go get your wave. He ran to Atlanta. It was like I ain't got to run here and get no wave. This shit dead. shebang, nigga.
True, true, true,
You know what I'm saying?
true.
Atlanta's, and let's talk about Atlanta right now. All
Gonna.
you oh my god, nigga, what?
That's it.
Apologize, accountability. Oh my mama, nigga. Some of y'all niggas need Gunna bad.
I was a huge Little Baby fan when he came out. That first album, I was like, this guy can rap. Like he has a whole own flow, like. And I don't know what happened last album. Like I
Baby
just
and Thug, you can see Gunna, bro. You can see it. I won't necessarily even put
right.
Pluto on there because Pluto got his own wave. I won't even fuck with Pluto, but Thug and Baby, yo, because and I want to keep it real. When we talk about Atlanta, nigga, the camaraderie matters.
Oh
Cause when you
yes.
because when
Oh
you
my
got
God.
Gunna,
It's like
21
it's like an
Savage,
end of an
Migos,
era, bro.
oh
It
my
really
stuff,
is an end of an era, bro. Like when you think about, and I'm not a huge Atlanta fan, but when the music hit, it hit. But literally, since Takeoff's passing, it felt like things kind of took a turn, you know.
yes, yes,
And oh man,
yes.
and it gives me goosebumps to see that because then you start seeing the Migos kind of split, then you start seeing all right, you get her loss with 21 Savage and Drake, some people like that I didn't. Then you get Young Thug, wait, he goes to jail,
Goes to jail. Yep.
Gunna comes out, he's great, comes back out, Young Thug has to you get all his leaks. He has to apologize to everybody, including his girl. Like everything is drama, YSL drama. Like everything is a scandal now. Everything is some crazy shit. And it's sad. It is a little bit sad. Offset's going through a divorce. And his album actually likes some of the tracks on his album. Yeah,
Offset really did had a
yeah,
good
he did.
project too. He
He
had a
did.
couple songs on there too that I really fuck with. Um,
Um,
but
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 yeah,
to your
it's kind of
point
like
though,
that unification that we don't see that anymore, and it's kind of they were trying to rekindle. I know 21 said that the streets is dead and all that stuff, but
but that's because
we'll
to
see.
your point, Takeoff was like Takeoff seems to be even with the split of the Migos, where they went they different ways and everybody had the solo project and everything like that. They came around for Culture 3, and then when they split off and did the when Quavo and Takeoff was on a press run doing the album only for Infinity Links, I think it is. Um, he's like a cannon. What they call him in Marvel? What they trying
A
to
tank,
make it? Huh?
a tank.
No, and what they call it what they introduce
Oh,
in
what?
Deadpool cannon people. What's the is a
Oh,
can
yeah, he's an anchor being like
he's an
a
anchor being. He's an anchor
yeah,
being. He's an anchor being.
yeah, something like that. I forget the name
Take
of
off.
it.
He's an anchor being for
Yeah,
Atlanta, bro. Like if you can really play back that everything, like you said, like it really was. You saw the relationships fracture.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? The split happens, and then the Rico charge takes off, like you said, and
yeah.
then
It's a whole
it
bunch of like domino effect that happened, and then Drake just doing his own thing, and none of that shit hit.
none.
From at least for me, like and a lot
None.
of people, um, so then you kind of
I like honestly never mind though. Honestly, and I think that was a big thing too. Honestly, never mind the experimental album that came right before Renaissance.
yeah,
Right. The the reason why that shit was stepped on is because nigga, you went to go right there. You have a feature there. You have a song on the album. You know what the vibe of that was. You know what the moment that she was trying to create with that. For you to go out there and throw out the dud of a project that you did, because it wasn't really as. I'm a Renaissance fan. I ain't gonna hold you.
you went to the tour.
Oh, my mama got the CD still in the package. This shit might go for. I don't know what this gonna go for. We got the vinyl. We fuck Renaissance is that. So for him to do that, or honestly, never mind. Because
She ain't no
it's
diva.
honestly never mind her loss. For all the dogs. all of those projects, like you say, felt vapid. They didn't
Vapid. And
feel,
and
yeah,
and you know reason why like I go back to Scorpion and even sort of like Certified Lover Boy had few songs in there that was like okay Champagne Poetry I can go listen to that you know like and but I start seeing a change on that album like
yeah.
this is all about bitches this is all about hoes and you know and I'm like all right at that point it seems like he lost the inspiration. You know what I also happened? He's not in this beef with Kanye anymore. Before that, you had Pusha T, you had Kanye, and when you heard him on Scorpion, he had something to talk about. You know, he had something that personal to talk about that gave him some
But
fuel.
after Scorpion, he got that $400 million deal, and I think that also then changed life too,
Oh, for
right?
sure. When you get
You
a
know what I'm
home,
saying? Like,
when you get a raise, and your lifestyle changes, and you can pay for whatever
especially
you
now,
want.
and we talking about emotional trauma, right? Story of Adam, like also like he hasn't really recovered from that, right? So let's just keep that in perspective. Story of Adidon
He
with
did.
this with
I'm not
Pusha
sure what
T.
track it was, but he did say that Pusha T's biggest claim to fame is his son. I don't think so, but I hear what you're saying.
Well, I'm at the until he's a Grammy award winner. Until that point, that song's old. Gotta be. He wrote that before the Grammys, clearly.
Okay.
Because I mean, and up until that point, up until that point, no disrespect, like he can use the fame game. That's where Rob Markin was talking about the braggadocious stuff comes from. He's in a space of I have been humbled. I can't be too humble because I'm up for a re-up. You know, like you know what I mean? Like the waves
Wait, when?
of
Now?
like now. It's
Okay.
either I got to give them the recoup. I got to recoup. They gave me 400. I got to recoup that. He's probably in a time length publishing, a lease plus the money lease. Like the advance.
I mean, he
And
probably has to tour this album, you know, and there's probably some touring dates that he has to go through to pay this
because
money back.
UMD own
Yeah,
they
yeah,
do they
yes,
own
yes.
the
So,
term and everything like that. Yes,
so as far as albums, he might be done, but as far as touring, he might not be done. I don't know. We'll figure this out as time goes on. We'll know. But you're in this place. I'm not sure if he's trying to re-up because I think he might go independent. I think he might go for somewhere else. Who
but
knows?
even if he don't want to go independent, he wants $1 billion now. I think that he wants $1 billion. He wants equity. That's the negotiation, right? For him, that's his. For him, back for all the dogs. Ask Lucia who's bringing home the bacon. That's why it was so important when we looking at the contracts when PG Lang signs a leasing deal with UMG, and then the project blows up, and then the project blows up, and now Kendrick is now the bacon bringer to UMG. Right now, Lucian does use that, and like, well, when you guys were on the same label, this is how it went, and so that's a bargaining chip. So I mean, it's either going independent or
Well,
you
I
give me
think
a
that
yeah.
we got.
So,
I think the narrative of UMG, I think, is so misinterpreted because we act like it's just Kendrick and Drake who are bringing in money, and I think they said it in the paperwork. Like, listen, we got artists on all types of genres. Like, we're not super focused on this battle where we want one person to win and we're focused on one person.
not
I
the battle, but we talk about cap and football and basketball, like not football, basketball a little bit so much because the money's guaranteed, right? If I don't play you, people can't see you, you can't get a qualifying offer. You take what I give you or you walk. I'm looking at that with Cam Thomas, right? Cam Thomas used to, and Cam Thomas just played for the Nets. I'll wrap this up real quick. He's played for the Nets 2 seasons back to back. He averaged, I think, 22 and then 26 or 24 and 28. One of those two numbers. He averaged 20 for 2 straight seasons, right? Um, he doesn't take the qualifying offer this past offseason. They offer him, I think, like a 2-year 16. He's looking for a 4-year 100. You know what I'm saying? Like they're way off
yeah
on the numbers. He don't take the qualifying offer, or the offer that they give him.
yeah.
So he takes the qualifying offer. It's 1 year prover deal for $6 million. They cut his time. He
Oh
don't
shit,
play. They trade him. So they trade him to Milwaukee. Milwaukee don't play him.
that's fucked up.
So his value's down. So now
Yeah.
this offseason, because it was only a 1 year deal, he's a free agent. His value is lost to the entire structure. So he then has to, like you said, yes, granted, Cam Thomas little money don't impact the cap. But if I gotta pay, Michael Porter Jr. for the Nets 50 million, or I gotta pay Giannis on the Bucks 60 million, I can't give you 25, nigga. You gonna have to take this 8. You know what I'm saying?
So
So
yeah, but I hate when we're like comparing the relationship with
true,
UMG to Drake and
true,
Kendrick
true.
because I don't think it's really comparable. I don't know what the deal is with Kendrick and UMG. I think it's is it just distribution or something? Like I'm
It's
not.
and it's just distribution, and that's what Drake's too. Drake's is just distribution, but he leased it. So now so when you can own something, but when you lease it, somebody has it. So that's
Mhm.
what that is at the moment. He's leased through
But then he
he
also has a
signed
touring with Live Nation.
with Live Nation.
Okay, so
Yes.
separate deal. Okay, boom. All right.
Yes, 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 yes.
All
So
right.
his body's owned with Live Nation,
Mhm.
and his publishing and his recording is leased out to
That's
UMG.
right. So it's music, yeah. That's
Yep,
right.
yep.
And Kendrick got his rights back.
Kendrick got his rights back. So when Kendrick deal was done, also when because Interscope is UMG, right? So Kendrick fulfilled his obligation as well
Hmm.
with Top Dog ENT.
Yep.
When he went independent with PG Lang, I think he got the distribution. That was the leasing of what he signed with UMG. So he owns
Okay.
PG Lang, just like Drake owns OVO Sound,
Hmm.
right? He owns OVO Sound. It's then partnered with it's partnered with Warner Brothers, but Drake separately is partnered with Universal. That's why when the you sign to one, they get signed to another. That's why it matters so much because that's literally how his shit is structured like that.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, when we look at it from the perspective of where he was with those albums and where he is now, and like the like what I was trying the point I was trying to make earlier was that it seems like he needs an enemy. It seems like he needs
Yes.
somebody to put his energy towards to make
Yes.
good music that at least
Yes.
that the people universally agree,
No, I agree with that.
or a love interest that is in his life that
Yes.
is extremely like Rihanna at the time,
He needs a muse.
a
He's an
muse.
artist that needs a
Yeah,
muse.
and if you are now 400 M's up and you're flying in OnlyFans models and strippers and random podcast black girls to then like what is your muse because you've done that already like you can only do that so much
The muse is the
and
life
that's
that
how
I'm
you
living
get
right now.
exactly and that's how you get the same shit over and over, the same topic matters over and over off these couple of albums. So when they say
Yep.
dig deeper, he doesn't even understand what that is because he's like, well, I told you my life. That's not what we're talking about, bro. We're talking about how you internalize this stuff, how you really conceptualize the stuff. And I think how he conceptualizes stuff is that everybody's against me, rather than maybe there is and maybe there's something that I'm doing that caused this, or and I think that's what's missing from this album, and where
Yeah,
hopefully he can get to one day.
because he says we both coughing this motherfucker.
Yo,
He
go
says
ahead,
it like nigga, I'm in therapy, nigga, and I can't even do therapy right
because
because
the
this
bitch
bitch
is
is too
high.
fine.
Yeah,
And then he says,
so
I can't do the drugs. He says it. I can't do he mentions it. He mentions the drug. He
yeah,
mentions the
yeah.
DMT. He's like, I can't do it because I'm afraid what it's going to reveal. And everybody has already know what those scabs are. Be real. Pusha says it like, yo, you don't come from a married home. Drake, Kendrick said it. You don't come from here. You don't come from the struggle, right? We talk about it. You're a black boy, white mom, Jewish, goddamn Jewish friend, Lebanese best friend. Jewish heritage, Lebanese best friend. Like you are so all around, my nigga. Like you really do struggle and have an identity
I feel
crisis. Like that is a
I
real.
know when we were down in Florida after not like I was talking to you after I listened to Hard Part 6. We smoked some weed. I went to bed that night, and I said, "Man, I feel bad for Drake." That's what I said. I was like, "Yo, I feel bad for this guy because as much money as you have, all the women you got, all the fame, all the stuff you can buy, and all that stuff, I feel like he's empty. You know?
No peace.
Yeah, there's no real grounding for him.
Yeah.
You know, and I kind of feel for
We
that
hear
because
that in the
you know,
album. We hear
yeah.
that. We hear that in the
We
album.
hear that in the album. I
Yeah.
feel like man of man. Like I hope that he gets that. I really do. And hope he can find that in his child or his family, you know. But it seems like even that doesn't give him that grounding. He just said that he treats his dad like he's his older brother. Like that's not how fathers should be, you know. Quite, you know. So that's not
He had to father his mother.
is that the father his mother, you know. So he's really just floating, you know. So I can only imagine just when you're just floating, not grounded as a man, like we talked about previously, I was like, hey, you know, I think I wouldn't make certain decisions because I have a family that will cause shame. No, you're gonna make those bad decisions because you got no shame at that point.
Yeah.
You're gonna fuck that guy's girl. You're gonna go and cheat on this woman. You're gonna go ahead and you know, do whatever, you know, some scumbag shit, you know,
Because the
and then you
consequences of
don't,
other
and then you're
people's
gonna
actions.
deny it even happened and look away from it because you don't want to see that as who you are. That's what I think happens. You
Well,
don't want to be
I will.
identified with some of the fuck shit you've done, and so you gotta
Well,
see yourself as the good guy and the hero in your story, in a sense.
no,
I mean,
he's admitting the villain arc right now. I think to your point, to you, I'm sorry that I was trying to cut you off when you finished. So I'm glad you
no,
powered
no,
through.
go ahead.
No, but he's identifying the villain arc at this point to what you're saying. But I also do believe that when we do talk about, we're just doing some fucking psychoanalysis shit.
Yeah,
When we are having the conversation of no shame and everything like that. I do believe that he's living now the Mike never did this. I don't want to compare the Mike did this, but when Mike has Neverland and he has the amusement park and I've never been a kid and everything like that, people criticize him and ridicule him and why you bleach your skin, like what's vitiligo? Do you want to be black? Do you want to be white? Why you pick your nose? Like when you get literally picked apart, you like, damn nigga, I'm Mike. I'm the greatest thing you done seen, realistically. Like, and because I got a
no,
fucking
heavy is the crown, and when you're at the top, you're gonna be scrutinized. You know, you
yeah,
gotta
but
be.
what I'm saying is it broke Mike. It broke Mike. Let's be real.
I think
It
Mike was also
broke
very
Mike.
insecure. He's very
Drake
insecure.
is too.
Okay.
Like and we have I don't think we've ever not heard him admit that. Right? I don't think we've ever and we also
Well, you
hear
don't
that
get a
the
tummy
black
tuck if you're not insecure.
or you
Yeah.
also don't you also don't bring up you also don't adapt the mob ties braggadocious thing if you're not made fun of for being vulnerable and being who
Yeah.
you truly are
Yeah.
because he's never had a problem being bro we talking about take care nothing was the same even in Scorpion he's like yo I'm vulnerable because this shit fucked up my whole album rollout nigga like I gotta record a whole new album because this bitch ass nigga like even then he was given
Yeah.
something like so when he's like, I've given you my life, I've given you deep. I've given you, and
And
I thought I've given you deeper. I thought I've given you deeper, and then I haven't given you the deepest. And he's like, oh no, nigga, we know we don't
we
do
can't go
that
there. Yeah, we can't go
because
there.
y'all have already picked apart everything else that I've given you.
He's also
So
shallow. I mean, when you're with a
he's super
therapist
shallow.
and you're like, oh, she's hot, I can't even focus on what she's saying.
Ain't focused,
Like,
man.
you know, you're not even trying. That's how it sounds. Like like you know, at least you're there, you know, but
But
like if
well, we can
you're
fast
not in
forward.
the
We can
you're not in the standpoint of you know, diving into a place where
we
you
can
can see
we can
the
we
errors
can
of your
fast forward
ways,
into
you
the
know.
album when he's
Like me,
addressing.
I'll actually forget. We'll go on to that later.
No, I'm saying I was saying when I'm saying like we can fast forward and go to when he's addressing Cole in the album. The lines that I think that he's addressing Cole is like when he's saying I love you, but I can never forgive you. Like for you to for you to start the ignition and then pull back because you had to get a second opinion. Like, no, nigga, I'm 10 feet in this. Like, if we engage, man. Like, I love you, but I could never forgive you for that. You left me out there, my nigga. And to the point of when everybody was then doing the gang up and everything like that, at least you could have been like, he called us both out. So at least it could have been a triple threat. For your ass to then roll out the ring and he did this, Chidi. He did this and walked to the back, nigga. He left it back.
Took his hand away, jumped off the apron, bro. Walked to the back. Well, he bicycled to the back.
Bro, my soul, he went to China to the back, nigga. He didn't want no parts of this shit.
um, oh man, like okay, now that like we're like psychoanalyzing and shit, like I get it more because like when I think about the Drake disses, I mean the Cole disses, I always feel like nigga, like that's his choice. Like, why are you so concerned that he did not fight? Like, what? How does that affect you?
Because Cole swung first.
But that doesn't
Cole let
affect you either. That's between
hold on, hold
Cole
on,
and Kendrick, right?
hold on. He no, yes, but so now when we hearing that big three shit is too many cooks in the kitchen,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all of this is
The
now making
narrative
sense.
is the narrative. Yeah.
The narrative is now because Kendrick bombs the big three. There is no, when Control drops, is Kendrick, Jay-Z, and Nas on the Control. So we talk about 10 years ago when Kendrick saying all you new niggas is just new niggas, don't get involved. Kendrick mindset was already scoping niggas out like, you not here, you not here, you not here, you not the greatest of all, you not even in consideration. Let's get you out of here. Like, so for Drake, that has been literally the top spot. Cole was always third. Cole has been fighting himself to get up in the ranks. So when it's time for you to then, because nigga, we already know quote unquote Kendrick's the boogeyman. Nobody even want to fuck with this crazy ass nigga that's around the way. Niggas done tried Drake so many times. I done had to put Meek on his ass. I done took my lumps with Pusha. Me and Jay that had our spars. Me and Ye didn't have our spars. Like nigga, I'm battle tested. Like nigga, I'm for sure two if I ain't
So
one.
why do you care so much about J. Cole's like rapping against this nigga and apologizing?
I think because now
You
if y'all
you
calling
already
me,
heard Port Antonio.
y'all been calling me soft and pussy and bitch nigga for so long. And the run of the summer was that of me. What about this nigga? The run of the summer was I'm a bitch, I'm a hoe, I'm a pussy nigga, I'm not of the culture. Cole didn't even fight. That ain't culture, nigga.
But he got his ass handed to him too. The people
Nah,
people
he did.
people
Nah, nah.
flamed people flamed J. Cole, bro. People still are doing it. Look at
So
this
the summer,
rollout and after the
hold
rollout,
on.
people are like, nigga, stop lying, bro.
You know,
Like,
you know, this solidifies why this is what solidifies Cole being D market. We wanted Joey versus Ray Vaughn. That was the talk. Joey Badass and Ray Vaughn was the talk because Cole didn't take his ass outside, bro.
for who?
The anybody
Anybody.
because anybody because then don't come on birthday bash and then throw subs at me. You ain't throw subs at Kendrick.
Yeah, he did though. Like, what is
He
going
didn't throw.
on?
He didn't throw subs at
No,
Kendrick,
he
bro.
threw something
Birthday
at Drake,
bash.
and then he
He
said it wasn't
did.
about Drake. What the fuck is he doing?
So
Like,
I gotta.
all this
That's
shit
what I'm
is so
saying.
weird to me, bro.
So the
Like,
album. So when you hear me on Iceman, yes, I gotta address you. I'm
no,
sorry.
no, no,
I
no.
know you don't want to
I
hear that.
completely forgot
I gotta hear
birthday
you.
Blizzard that he did diss Drake, and then said, "Yo, nah, it's not this."
Nah, this ain't.
It just
And Drake
completely
said.
fits.
And Drake said, "Nigga, you ain't call me back, you bitch ass nigga. You lying on Melo's couch. You lying, bitch."
Yeah, he did say that. You ain't call me back, you bitch. Yo, this is like oh man, between Port Antonio, Birthday Blash, then this reply, it's like a toxic love
Now
bromance
we
going
need
on
Drake and
here.
Cole. Now we need Drake and Cole. Fuck it. Battle, nigga, battle. We need Drake and Cole battle. But I'm
Yeah.
scared because Cole would get at Drake. I ain't gonna hold you. Cole wanted Cole. That's why I was mad that the sword didn't come sharper at Kendrick because Cole
Me too. Me
really
too.
could have made it a real like. All right, Drake,
I wanted
get
to see more than anything Cole and Kendrick
and
because
I
that's a
did.
real
That's
wordsmith
real
battle to
worse.
me.
Yes, yes,
I I
yes,
don't believe
yes,
that Drake. I think the only way Drake could beat those two is a hit,
yes.
not by the pen,
Not by the
and
pen.
not by the pen. So
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's not possible. He could do it, but I was really excited to see Cole like dissect
yeah,
Kendrick Lamar and see
yeah,
what he would pick
yeah,
at.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
I have an angle to beat Kendrick Lamar. I'm granted, I'm just some random dude, but Kendrick Lamar to me, I've always said he likens himself to Tupac so much that he said that he came to him in his dreams, and I think that I would have looped that whole part of what is it, 8 Mile?
Waterman, Waterman,
No, Eight
or
Mile,
Amos.
where
Oh, okay.
Eminem's part is like your pot, he's pot, no pot, none. I would have looped that shit over and over and over again, and told this nigga that you are not Tupac, and no matter what you do, you will never be Tupac. And I think that angle could really, if you make it into a smash, could put a chink in his armor, you know. But I don't think anybody's ever saw it that way. I've always thought that I don't remember. I loved Kendrick Lamar. He's my favorite, one of my favorite rappers of all time. But I've always thought that Kendrick Lamar should be Kendrick Lamar, and that affinity you got to Tupac where you think that you're like spiritually connected to him. Yeah, it's cool. But if
That's a
somebody
little,
will,
it's a
it's a
little
little
weird
bit
too.
wonky though. You could
Yeah.
and you could take an angle there and really destroy that. If you really took it. But I don't think anybody saw it that way. You know.
No, nigga, because he can embody Tupac for all his enemies with the Hennessy and hit like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He can drop
You
and hit him
know.
up, and he
Yeah.
did,
You
and he
know
did.
who?
I said like he can embody Pac and drop a hit him up, and he did. He embodied Pop and drop knock like us. Not like us is a hit him
Okay.
up.
Okay. Okay. I
Like
hear what
you
you're
know what I
saying.
mean?
I hear
Like
what
you
you're
know what I
saying.
mean? Like so you can try and fuck with him
Hmm.
and think that because you would they did it with Pac, bro. Pac was the ballerina. I seen you. You know what I'm saying? He went to perform at our school with
Yeah, he
Jada Pinkett
did.
Smith. That's what you know what I mean? Like niggas really tried to get on there with it. He like, yeah, nigga, and I shot two undercover cops. Fuck, nigga, what's happening? And I spit at
So
the camera when I was in handcuffs. Nigga, like, yeah, I really like that. Right. So like
yeah,
Kendrick, can be like,
Kendrick
yes, I'm the
probably could have
poetry
gotten
guy
past
and
that
everything.
for sure. He probably could have gotten past the way that his mind thinks. When I heard Meet the Grams, I was like, okay, probably wouldn't have
Yeah, it wouldn't work.
worked.
Nice,
But
nice try. Oh,
eh.
what Martin say in Bad Boys? Big fucking eyes. Nice fucking fish.
But yeah, Drake and Kendrick was the battle I wanted to see. I don't think J Cole. I mean, sorry, J Cole and Kendrick was the battle I wanted to see. I don't think J Cole will ever battle anybody. I think that he's too far gone to this place of saying that we don't need to battle each other. To the point where if he did it now, he will be seen as a complete hypocrite. Not that he hasn't already looked like a hypocrite with some of the things he said, and then how he acted after the things he said. You know, and he said he puts on a persona when he's rapping. He's like, "Yo, y'all thought that I would, was gonna kill anybody because I told y'all I would kill anybody that said my name, but I'm not." Like that's what he said, and then we
But
acted
and that's
like
what and
what he said was
yes,
real, and then he said, "No, y'all, I tricked y'all."
and
So
that's why I take a little bit of sting off of Drake now because he's at least giving us his real.
yeah, and
Like
that's what I
he's a
think that with this album. That's why you heard me on our voice notes. I was not trying to kill this guy. Like I really was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I think I gotta see this, meet people where they are at. Like I can't expect him to be who I want him to be.
yeah,
He's who he is, and I haven't lived his life. I haven't walked a mile in his shoes. I don't know what he's going through, and that's what I took from this. Is like, you know what? Granted,
yeah.
the music, however, I didn't really like a lot of it. We were
Well,
at
the next
Shebang.
song after
Shebang was fun,
Shebang,
but the
Make
next
Them
song
Pay is the
about
next
make,
one.
but
Yes.
the next song out of Shebang This right here, if I got an album of things close to this, it could be a classic, Chef's Kiss. This Make 'em Pay, I'm telling you guys, is the best Drake song I've heard
Shout out to Niece
since
Williams. Shout out to Sample. Shout out
woo,
to Niece.
since probably, man, I don't even remember, bro. It definitely was probably previously Scorpion or around that time, or around maybe on Scorpion, maybe Champagne Poetry. Maybe this is the best thing I've seen. Maybe since CLB. Maybe this is the Drake that I want to hear. This is the Drake that I need moving forward.
Yeah.
And it's not like he's super introspective, but he's intentional about making a song,
Super intentional.
you know,
Yes. With
and
the message
with
and
the
it and
message.
yes, yes.
Oh my God. And the bars are clean, the bars are dope, and he's giving his take on things. He's giving his perspective on things, He's he's still shouting out big booty strippers, but that's who Drake is, you know. But I really did I did the whole, even just the refrain of, because I just want to be free, and using that over, the sample, and that part of the song, it comes together. The beat, the melody, and the lyrics all come together on this track, and it is the best version of Drake that I've seen in a long time. Even the stuff in the ballad doesn't come to close to this to me.
Yes. This was honestly, if he rapped like this for the Heart Part 6 and like waved the right flag introspectively, like I we took it here, we took it there, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I y'all playing too much. Like even if he took the approach of y'all playing too much, I don't play like that, I'm done. Rapping this way, because that's how I've heard the Heart Part 6. I heard the Heart Part 6 like, all right, nigga, that joke was a little bit all right now. All right, I heard that because that happens in the classroom. Like, let's be real,
Hmm.
that happens at home. Like nigga, me and you in a group chat about wrestling. I'm like, hey, nigga, what we doing? We got a pod right now, nigga, because I got shit to get off, nigga. But like, realistically, like, you know, I do feel this was probably the best song on this Iceman album.
Yes,
I do have a few
by far.
songs on here that have just as good as raps. I like
Not
make
as
them
good
remember.
production.
Not as good production.
Yeah.
Make them remember was good raps.
All right,
Firm
wait,
friends.
before you get to that, Burning Bridges
Go
for
ahead.
me, Burning Bridges don't like it.
You don't like Burning
Nash,
Bridges?
no, Burning Bridges don't like it. National
Okay,
Treasures is a
like
good
it,
song. I like it,
like it.
but I'm tired of the synths and 808 beats. This is one thing I didn't like on this album, is that I'm a guy. I like instruments. I like drums. I like piano. I like different types of instruments. There's all I hear is synths and 808s throughout this entire fucking album, man.
That's where he was though. That's like where he.
But we've been
That's where
hearing
he
that for a
was.
while though. Like, like where's a piano? Give me a fucking harmonica, goddamn. Give me something else. Like, I'm tired of the artificial synth and 808. It has its place, don't get me wrong. The synth and 808's combination has worked. It worked for years. But I think that hack has been patched, bro. Like, since Kanye make 808s and heartbreaks, y'all fucking went crazy with that shit and like burnt that shit out. Like, I love an 808 appropriately put into a song, but and all these synthetic noises and shit. I think you
Did
ruin
it
the
take
the
away?
beat.
Did it take away from the? It took away from the song
Took
for
away
you?
from the song for me. Yeah, the raps are good, and National Treasure, it flips the beat in the middle, and I'm like, it's even worse. I was like, wait, was it that one or was it another thing? But yeah, I think it was that one where the beat flips, and I'm like, what? I, Although the raps are good enough to I can listen back to it again and be like, all right, this is a
Yeah,
good
if he keeps
song.
the whole beat for the whole song,
Yeah.
it's a little bit different. Yeah.
But yeah, you want what you were talking about? I didn't mean to cut you off with real quick.
No, 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 no. I was just saying that even when I'm just freestyling. And I was saying like that was a good song, but there were other good raps. Like to your point,
Yeah.
other good rap. Like you said, the production wasn't succinct like it wasn't succinct, with this particular project. And to what I was to Rob Markman, I do want to give credit because I'm gonna parrot this. It seems like what Rob was saying is that the Make 'em songs, he said that might have came probably later from like if you listen to the
Hmm,
tonality of the album. You
okay.
know what I'm saying? Like it was like a lot of, it seems like to Drake's point at the beginning of the album, he was still around those other people boasting them up, saying you gotta give your rebuttal, you gotta talk about this, you gotta do it. And then these later productions by 40 were strategically placed within the album to kind of break up the monotony. Because if you listen to like 40 saying, "Can you still give me what's just me and you?" And if you listen to like "Make 'em Cry," make 'em pay, make 'em remember, and make them know,
Make them know.
like
Yeah.
those sound like after I got my shit off records. That
Okay.
sounds like that to Rob's part. Like that sound like those were
Hopefully
later made.
those. I hear you, but I like make them remember and make them know are not songs I like. Probably
Okay.
mostly because of the victim shit, the victim mentality shit. And it doesn't feel like he's already gotten it. It seems like he got his shit off, and he's still got some shit to get off. That's what it feels like to me. That he
You
still
think
hasn't
make
gotten.
them make them. You're right. Make them remember is the leak of 1 a.m. in Albany,
Yeah,
which I still think was him at the beginning of like realizing where he's at right
I
now.
hope because I need him to stop talking about this battle. I'm done with it. I know that he's not done with it, but like
No, but can we
some of
though?
these,
Because can we though?
but
Like
we
not us,
can't.
not we, but not. But he hasn't talked about. It's not him keeping it around. Like for 2 years, he's been sexy songs for you. Wasn't like rebuttals. It was sexy songs for you. Like it was so.
No, he
It,
came out with the Fighting Irish freestyle dissing.
okay,
What Did I Miss had some subliminals on it. Then he had which one? Which one? All right, no, that's just a whatever song. Um, that
that's
those
Central. That's Central C. But for Drake, 3 songs in 2 years, like that is, and it's not directly like how he feels. It wasn't direct. It was just like, because even What Did I Miss was like a throwaway rate. It's on 2K. You know what I mean? Like like it wasn't like a radio single for an album. Like you know what I mean? Like it
But
wasn't a
my
lot of
point is
thought.
that when we've heard him, he's always bringing this up. Thank you. Oh, go, you gotta go charge it, okay? Where's your charger? Where's your charger? Go down to your mom. Go check it out, okay?
Um, but I do respect what you're saying, and I don't want to,
Yeah, essentially, what I'm saying is when he gets in the booth, he can't think about anything else. Like and a lot of these songs, it's not just these make
GNX
this.
was a
It's
victory lap if I beat your ass.
but even in GNX, there's plenty of songs that had nothing that he didn't talk about Drake at all. Plenty of songs. They didn't talk about Drake at all. Maybe his boy said he beat your ass, on the track, but he didn't. But no, but like there's plenty,
Stop.
reincarnated had nothing to do with Drake. Luther had nothing to do with Drake.
That's true. Dodger Blue.
Dodger Blue, um, you know,
No, no, no. I'll beat a pussy. No, no. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Let's take Dodger
and
Blue off of that. Yeah, he was
and
shooting.
if
He
I
was
were
throwing
to
shots.
go through this album and say, okay, how many songs did he not subliminal diss anybody, and it's just a new song, like it's original Drake shit, it'll be hard
It's not on
to
Iceman. It's not on. It's not on Iceman. It's on Habibti.
yeah, it's not nice, but you're right. You got to
It's
go
not
to
on.
a
It's not
whole
on.
new album. Yeah, to get those regular songs. This is him. This is his grievance album, and I just want a different. I wanted him to. Like, I'm trying to give him credit because I do see some level of acknowledgement that
Yes, a
one,
little smidge, a
yeah,
little
of
like
acknowledgement of like, all right. shit didn't go right, and I need to focus on some shit. You know,
Yeah,
you
it
know,
didn't go
and
the way I thought it did.
I need to go deeper. I need, some a little bit of
But he,
accountability
he
on that.
even admitted. He admitted. He was like, "It's a new goat now." He said it, like in the raps. Like, okay, apparently it's a new goat now, right? It's a new. It's I'm not the goat. Like
Yeah,
y'all have crowned a new like y'all. Let's keep it real. Y'all have wanted it off my head. Y'all said I abused it. Y'all said I didn't treat it right. Y'all said I'm a manipulator. I'm a culture voter. Vulture. I don't have no soul. I'm that. There's a new goat. Let's see how we treat it,
yeah,
and
yeah.
let's see how that then
No,
now.
yeah. He's putting he's pretty much saying, to be the top, you gotta produce, and let's see how he does. And I mean, he's knocked it out of the park already, but
So
we'll see how
far,
so far. But
so far, yeah.
Kendrick.
We talking about a 10 year. We talking about a 10 year run though. We talking about a 10 year.
I don't think he needs to have a 10-year run. I think there should
I
be.
hear you.
I
I
don't
hear
think.
you.
Yeah, I don't think.
I hear you.
Mind you, Kendrick run started. You know, to me, being on the top, it was
Mainstream.
never his goal.
I hear you.
So I don't think it's still his goal. I don't think it's his goal. I think he will be inspired when he's inspired. He's Prince. He's not Michael Jackson. It's not about numbers to him. It's not about always putting out music every single year. That's not what his interpretation of being on top is. So I just I
So what
like
is the standards? Because the
I look
standards seem
at
to be different for
we
Kendrick and Drake.
watch wrestling. We had a podcast wrestling. Cena's way of being on top is not Roman's way of being on top. Having the time, Roman's not even there, but we all know he's the guy. You know, it's just completely wrong.
That's a
Cena's
great
way,
analogy right there.
yeah.
That's a good
We all
analogy.
know he's the guy. When he pops up, everybody.
Drake is definitely Cody.
I was saying Jake Cena, but okay.
Nah, nah, nah. Turn heel. Let's see. Let's at least see. Let's see what that look like.
Oh
Like
my
do something.
god.
Switch it up, nigga. Switch it up,
Oh my
nigga. Like
god.
let's. Yeah, yeah. Drake.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he got a little played, and I think that's what happened with Jacina at a time, and Drake is well played, and the victim stuff really seeps through this entire album. Um, what did I miss? No, Bees on Table. I don't like that fucking track. What do I miss? Me and you talked about it. I'm not a big fan of the track, but on the sequence of the album, it's not that bad. I'll
It's
give it
not
to you. So I gave it a little mid. I give it a mid.
because it leads into because it leads into plot twist, which I like.
I hate that
I
song.
like
Yeah,
what?
I don't like plot twist. I'll listen to it again. This is my first listen, guys.
Okay, okay.
I'll listen to it again. We all have our own takes. Then we get to Too
The
Hard for the
surprise.
Radio.
Oh my god.
he,
This might
Chris,
be the most polarizing song on the album, bro.
me as a Kendrick fan, as a West Coast fan, as a guy who likes the Bay sound, I had to give it to the guy. It's funny. It's funny. It's fun. I enjoyed the track. I know it's being satire. It's making fun. Drake is a
I
comedian.
called it a parody. I called it a
A
parody.
parody. That's a good way to say it.
I called it a
Yeah, it's a
parody. Yes.
parody. And I thought it was funny. What did I say? Yeah, I just said it was fun, and it kind of it could honestly I can see it
I
growing
would
on
have
me even more.
I would have loved the first part, the whole song. If I'm gonna be honest,
Okay.
I would have loved the first part, the whole song. I know the second part. To your point, he's taking a shot at Mustard in that
Hmm.
second part. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
beat switch of TV off. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like that was his play off of TV off. If you go
Hmm.
back and listen to it, so and I because too hard for the radio. The first part of that song could have been a radio hit.
Okay.
But to his point, he like, nigga, y'all put TV off up there, nigga. Let's see what this do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like y'all didn't kill the beat switch or whatever the case may be, but I would have loved for him to just take the approach of I'm about to make a smash with y'all sound
Hmm.
one more time because he already did it with the motto. But if he
Yeah.
would have did Too Hard for the Radio off of everybody loving this West Coast GNX sound, and then I do it,
Is the
and then
model
get
a
to them.
Cali sound?
The motto was a shout out to the Bay. Yeah,
Okay.
that was a Bay
I know he
shout out.
shouted
Yeah,
them out, but I wasn't sure if that was a Bay beat because, but
yeah.
yeah, that shit. The model is one of my favorite songs, bro. Like from Drake and Lil Wayne, bro. Like that sound, like that's the thing. Like back then, I would hear something and immediately know it's a hit. Now I'm hearing these tracks and I'm like, I don't hear
I don't
none of
know.
that. I don't hear
Yeah, I
none of
don't know.
that. I don't know.
Yeah,
No, yeah, here, but this was fun. Make them remember. I already told you. Like, it's a great rap track, but it's just too much victim mentality stuff that I just can't co-sign as a fan of trying to see some authenticity and accountability, which going into this album. That's how I looked at that track.
yeah.
Uh, Little Birdies, good song, good song.
Surprised by that from you
Well, you don't like it?
because me and Rich both was like we felt like he wasted the song. It could have been better. Well, like me,
Maybe I'll listen to it again. A lot of this
I
stuff
wonder
I'm
if you
giving, a
was
lot of
nigga
this
every
stuff, a
songs
lot
you
of
like keep nigga please because it's not a lot.
a lot of these songs, a lot of these songs, I do think I gave it a check if it has potential to grow on me. There's only two songs that I think that I will go back and listen to because I want to hear. That's the intro, and that is Make Them Pay. Those are the two songs that I would say I will go back and listen because
I've been
I
playing
want to
too
hear
hard
them.
for the radio all day.
I know you probably have, bro.
Oh, I got tears in I got tears
It's a
in my
funny
heart.
song, bro.
It's a really good song.
Um, don't worry, it wasn't for me. Firm
uh,
Friends, I gave it a thumbs up. Firm Friends gave it a thumbs up, and to make them know I wasn't feeling it. So there you go.
oh, oh man. Yeah, that song is I hate how much I like it, bro. I hate how much I like because
Yeah,
I
you and Chris
know
I were
he,
jamming out to that shit.
bro. I know he was just like, oh really, bitch. I know he was sassy as hell making that song, cause oh man, oh man.
Yeah, he was.
But yes, I think me and
But I
you
love it.
are.
You know what I love? When I see them do the hillbillies and they, make fun of, Sticky and shit, like that's what that reminded me of when
Yes, it
Baby
was that,
Keem and
exactly,
Kendrick,
bro.
they it's like
Please, girl.
yeah, it's like these niggas will, and this is what I saw, like everything is wrestling like, right? When I look at the battle and when I look at those two tracks, Too Hard for Radio and what they did with Hillbillies, it's like these guys stole each other finishes a lot of the times. It's like you got, oh, you're doing that, I can do it better. Like, like, and
Bro, but
I'm
this
gonna do
is
the hard part
no,
six. I'm gonna
no.
do the
This is
timestamp record.
no.
Like
This
it
is
was crazy.
this is Rock Austin WrestleMania 17. When you see Austin hit the rock bottom, you're like, ew, no. When Rock hits the stunner, you're like, that shit don't look right, nigga.
Nah, but I love the timestamp record from Kendrick. That 616
Six
LA.
sixteen in LA? Yeah.
That shit was so
Yeah.
good. Like that was one of my favorite moments in the battle. When he warned him, and then you get the hard part six was because he's pretty much white flag and whatnot. But them even attempting to do that, I think it's just cool.
That was the
One
beginning
thing,
of the victim blaming. That was the beginning of the victim
yeah,
blaming.
exactly.
He was like,
He was
"Hey
the
man, all
man
right,
defending.
y'all niggas, hey,
Please
y'all
stop.
tripping, please, hey."
Yeah,
And I know you ain't talking. That's when I started.
you know,
That's when that whole
yeah,
story thing started. Like I know it ain't you talking about me.
yeah. Um, but I low key like these two got for them to even do this, they got respect for each other somewhere.
Somewhere,
They got respect for
yeah,
each other,
somewhere, somewhere,
and
somewhere.
that's why I find so um remarkable about this is that you don't do this and mimic somebody if you're not for one feeling it or like you're not mad about it for some reason, and if you don't have respect for what they did. Like you are the biggest, one of the biggest artists in the world, if not the biggest for a time period. And you're now mimicking the guy who took beat you in a battle and saying, "All right, I'm gonna take that sound and make a parody out of it." I love it, but you're doing that because there is some level of respect. You know how hard TV off is, and you can't let them just
The
get that shit off.
TV off was unbelievable when we first heard it for GNX, nigga.
Yeah, yeah,
And
it went crazy.
then we heard Madonna beat. Oh, that shit was crazy.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
listen to that before I go to bed tonight because I just
Yeah.
gotta put myself back in that space. But yeah, Chief was incredible. Yeah, so 2 Hour for the Radio should be incredible too. I'm not surprised you're playing it, because it's fun. It's fun. Like listen, I'm not in the beef. I can enjoy all the music,
All the music
all the music. But yeah, man. All in
except
all,
except except J. Cole's because we ain't talking about fall off. Boy, you still third. You still third.
I listen to.
Even with niggas not liking Iceman, niggas will go to Iceman before they go back to the fall off. On me, I will put it on the poll. Guillermo, put it on the poll. Would you listen to Iceman or the fall off first?
The
Niggas is
fall
going
off,
nice.
oh my God. The fall off is there's some tracks on there that are good, but it's really for J. Cole diehard fans, man. And I'm happy they got that because he's been teasing it and like building up to this for a moment forever. And he had it. And the reason why he couldn't get involved in the battle because he had his own plans. He had his own career plans, and he was like, "Nigga, I cannot deter from this and fuck my shit up because if I lose this battle, there is no fall off. The fall off is imminent, And then he does. So he took some time away, regrouped, redid some things, made a double disc, and put it out for his fans who he knew would love it, and it went well. It did well, and he did his tour, in his SU sedan, so yeah, good for him, good for him. I Kendrick, I mean, what's his name? J. Cole, we'll see where he goes from here. I
This
hope
nigga
that
said, what's his name? Oh my God. C cities, B cities, you're not known in the D cities, nigga. He was talking about your whole ass, nigga.
damn, he did go in on him, man. He did go in on him. I don't think we're gonna get a rebuttal from J. Cole, and that's what hurts me too, because I know he could. That's what it's like when you see a nigga that like I know you got the switch on you, bro. Just up it real quick, just one time, bro. You just up it one time for me, bro, because I know you could do it, but he's on his piece shit, and hey, I respect it, but I don't want to. I don't want to.
Because we really know he like that.
His pen show is worthy.
7 minute,
His pen's
seven,
worthy.
like where, like his PWC is, nigga,
But
I,
listen,
s- I
it's
still fuck
good.
with that.
It's good, but it's not like to me that was a warm up. I like, all right, cool.
Same
That
thing as
is
push
not a
ups. But
diss.
that's the same thing. It's the
Which is
same thing
better,
as
push ups or 7 minute
7
drill?
minute drill. 7 minute
7 minute
drill.
drill is better. Okay,
7 minute drill. I
okay.
keep hearing stories about these fucking rap niggas when he switched up and he wanted 2-6 that nigga, we get that niggas.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, oh, he's about. This is like
Yeah.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. I gotta go
Yep.
back and listen to it and listen to push ups back again
Yeah.
because push ups.
So
I think push ups is hilarious. I think push ups. Oh my god.
yo, why Mealy Mall do that? Why Mealy?
What the
Mall?
fuck is that,
Why?
yo? What? And he said, oh shit.
Oh,
Nah, like, no, Push Ups has some
oh.
funny bars in it though. When he's like, don't make me, I mean, there was a couple of bars in there I thought were hilarious, but I'm losing it right now. But yeah, man. Where does he go from here? Like Drake, I know that he probably gonna go on tour and all that stuff. People seem to be having some problems with the album. Listen, and to his credit, Habibti, people are feeling. People in our chat like Habibti. I personally don't like Made Not Her. There's some tracks on there, but when I listen to the whole thing, it's like one of those albums that if I listen to it over and over and over again, eventually I'll like some songs.
Unfortunately,
Habibti,
yeah,
R&B, Drake, I like R&B Drake. You
R&B
know,
Drake.
it's not his.
Yo,
None of these albums are classic. Let me make
I,
that
I,
clear.
I
None of
spent,
these
I
are
spent,
classic.
I spent is probably one of the another songs that I fuck around,
Okay.
and I like that song. I spent. Shout out to Low Shimmy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah,
Lo-
yeah. I think I remember that one because that
that's
feature was interesting. Yeah.
yeah, Low Shimmy. And that nigga said, "When I'm gonna have another dollar I can spend on you," I'm like, "Oh, we getting that bag of Drake again?" Like,
Yeah.
okay, like yeah, that shit was fire. But even on Habibti, Rusty intro was interesting with the acoustic guitar at the. But WNBA leading into Slap the City, that were two songs. I'm like, oh, okay, like he was in a pocket. These look
Okay.
like he. It seems like he. It seems like what the hypothesis is. These were songs he made during like "Sexy Songs for You" era.
Okay.
If you can hear that, and then
And he gave
made
Party
a
Next Door the trash and kept this.
no "Sexy Songs for You" got some fire on there. Cause "Sexy
It's
Songs for You."
yeah. It's.
It grew. It
I can
grew
see
over
it
time.
grew up. Yeah, it grew. I
It
listened
grew.
to it. I wasn't super impressed, but hey, it's all right. It's all right. I want like I we need him to be inspired again. We need him to get amused. That's what I think. I need him to have amused. Because even in this, there's some good melodies. There's some good tracks, but there isn't that passion. I want that freaking passion, bro.
I
Like
mean,
that.
everything he wants, he got or he don't have. You got to think about that. Like, and in
Mm,
the sense, like everything I have, everything that I want,
materialistically.
but he lost Serena, right? She's married, kids. He lost Rihanna.
She set the Super Bowl.
She's
You're welcome.
she's she's married, single. You know what I'm married with kids. I'm sorry. Um, like those were his two high profile. Like I can build a legacy with these women type thing. Like a Drake and a Rihanna, like it is fucking
Nah,
uh uh.
she did him dirty. I think I I don't
They
know
did
what
each
went
other
down.
dirty.
They did each other
They
dirty. There
did
you
each
go.
other dirty.
Yeah,
They did each
and
other dirty.
and
She wasn't over
but
Chris.
you
She
never
wasn't over Chris when she got with Drake, and then she
but
then
you
she had to
never
fling
want
with
to
ASAP.
marry that girl, bro. Like you never want to marry that girl. Like the girl who you really wanted and did you dirty, and then you still were like, I'm in love with you, and then you're on stage and you're confessing your love, and you try to kiss her, and she dubs you in front of everybody. That is uncomfortable, and that is something that it's hard to get over. I think that that that's a wound, bro.
Bro, that's the one I wanted. Bro, she's a billionaire. What are you talking about?
It's not even about the
Yes,
money. It's
no, I
about
know, but I know, but what I'm saying is all encompassing, right? Like Hove and Beyonce is the aspiring. You know what I mean? Like everybody talks about that, and because not only is the power couple, but legitimately, you look at Hove and be like, nigga, how the fuck you grab that? And you go through the lemonade stage, and you go through everything,
uh,
and you stay, and you
like
build, and you create that. You look at that, you be like, damn, girl, Rihanna, I think we can be that, like legit, nigga, like we can. And she's like, yeah, but no.
he's a fool for her, and everybody plays the fool. I played the fool plenty of times. Not for a lot of girls, just one, really. But I think we all have that one word we played the fool for, and it's what it is. But you gotta keep going until you find. I'm in a similar situation. I still gotta find the one, And but if I were to, make my art, I still come from a place of believing in love, a place of searching and believing that there will be some person who makes me feel safe. And I hope he finds that because I think everybody deserves that. And if that happens, excuse me, we might get the best Drake we ever heard. Because it seems like he needs that love, passion to really sink into the music. Because otherwise, it comes off as it's good produced, the song is cool, but it's missing that soul,
Yeah,
that soul, So that's what I felt like when I heard Habibti, and I'm gonna go back and listen to it too. And there's a lot of songs I will still probably put in my gym playlist and like listen to or like stuff like that. And Maid of Honor, I'll probably put some of those tracks in my gym playlist. But as far as like there's my favorite track and all this, it's Make Them Pay, and that's only one that I'm taking with me that I can't wait to hear again.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So where he goes from
One,
here, go on tour, take your time, and I want him to. You don't need to do any ayahuasca. You don't need to do any DMT. You don't need to take any
get an
drugs.
ugly therapist.
Don't get
Get
an
an
ugly
ugly therapist.
therapist
Get a man
and
therapist, maybe.
or a man and meditate. I know it sounds like some woo-woo shit. That's what I do as a person who meditates when I'm feeling lost and I'm not grounded and I'm letting the world's opinions get to me and the expectations of what the world has on me. I go inward, and I try to find out what my spirit wants for me, my higher self wants for me. You know who you are, hopefully, and you can find out. And I think we're in a constant state of discovery of ourselves. I know I'm getting to my spiritual bag right now, but I really do believe that. I really do believe that we're in a constant state of discovering ourselves. So it's not just Drake; it's everybody who listens to the podcast and us too. We are constantly discovering ourselves. So I don't want to castigate a man who's on his journey, but we just get to criticize him only because he puts his art out there to the world. So more props to him. I think that he did what he had to do. Yeah, and hopefully from where he's at right now. Yeah. If you made it this far, you are a real one. Thank you. So please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more daily content from your boys from Everything Is.